Good day, students. The purpose of this recording is to provide guidelines and instructions for school-based studies. This is specifically for Diploma in Education Pre and Junior Primary Year 2 students. All Year 2 Diploma in Education Pre and Junior Primary students are required to go for SBS for 4 weeks. Please listen to the information carefully and make sure that you have all the documents required for your level. If you are unsure about which documents should be included, please refer back to this recording or get hold of the SBS package for Diploma in Education Pre and Junior Primary Year 2 students. All documents referred to in this recording can be retrieved from the SBS package for your specific level. The first document is the letter to the schools and the letter to the employers. The letter to the schools serve to seek permission from schools to conduct SBS. With this letter, the student should attach a copy of your ID or passport and your student card. You should submit this letter to the principal at the school where you intend to do your SBS. All arrangements should be done prior to the SBS. The letter to the employer for those students that are employed serves to seek study leave for SBS purposes. These letters are already available. Form 3B, Student-Teacher Daily Lesson Plan for Pre and Junior Primary. This is the IUM lesson plan template that students should use to plan their teaching lessons. Students are required to make enough copies of this form for all the lessons that they will be teaching. You can either type the information or you can fill it in, so it can be typed or handwritten. Form 3C, Student-Teachers Weekly Lesson Plans. This is the IUM Weekly Lesson Plan template that students should use to plan their weekly lesson plans. It is advisable to type this weekly lesson plan. Form 4A, Student-Teacher Confidential Report. This form should be completed and signed by the school principal at the end of SBS. It is based on the conduct of the student during the SBS period. Once it is completed, it should be sealed in the envelope. The envelope must be stamped on the sealed part, and the student should bring it to the university. It is important to note that this is not a report that should be opened by the student, and it should be submitted in its sealed format. Form 5A, Classroom Observation Log Sheet. This is a form that students need to use to record all the lessons they have observed during their SBS. Form 5B, Teaching Log Sheet. This is a form that students need to complete for all the lessons they have taught during SBS. Form 6B, Teaching Observation Lesson Evaluation Form for Pre and Junior Primary. This is a form that must be used by the mentor teacher and the lecturer to assess the student's teaching practice. Students should ensure that they have enough copies of this lesson evaluation form, and they should provide the mentor teacher with this form. Form 7B, Marks Record Sheet for Teaching Practice. This is a form used by the mentor teacher to record a student's teaching practice marks. Each student must be assessed twice by the mentor teacher. The form must be sealed in an envelope and stamped on the sealed part, and the student should bring it with to the university. Very important. Without these marks, the SPS will be regarded as incomplete. Observation Workbook for Diploma Pre and Junior Primary Year 2. This workbook has been designed to aid you as a student teacher into the observation on your mentor teacher during the 2 weeks classroom observation and your own experience or reflection of your 2 weeks teaching practice. You must use this workbook as your tool to record day-to-day classroom activities. You are also required to compile a reflective journal from your workbook. Rubric. This document will be used by the lecturers to assess the workbook. Some additional information on SPS. Second year students should be in schools for 3 weeks, for 4 weeks. 2 weeks for observation and 2 weeks for teaching. So it should be for 4 weeks. During SPS, students are expected to be at schools full time, and you need to adhere to the school rules and fully participate in the school activities, including extramural activities, under the supervision of the mentor teacher and the school principal. Your duties as a teacher will stretch beyond the classroom, so this is a good opportunity for you to engage in activity outside of the classroom. Form 6B, Teaching Observation Lesson Evaluation Form for Pre and Junior Primary. This is a form that must be used by the mentor teacher and the lecturer to assess the student's teaching practice. Students should ensure that they have enough copies of this lesson evaluation form, and they should provide the mentor teacher with this form. Please read the SPS policy if there is anything that is not clear. Students going for SPS have a choice to choose a school where they should conduct their SPS, because IUM is not liable for any field incentives to cater for students' living allowances, while the students are in the field for SPS. Students on SPS shall comply with the conduct of teachers in Namibia, and IUM will not interfere with the host school's rules and regulations. Form 7B, Marks Record Sheet for Teaching Practice. This is a form used by the mentor teacher to record a student's teaching practice marks. Each student must be assessed twice by the mentor teacher. The form must be sealed in an envelope and stamped on the sealed part, and the